Shameless.
United in the Europa League. Europa League. We tell them one time and we say Europa League. Europa.
Welcome to United View. Welcome to our Europa League preview for our game against Rangers tomorrow night at Old Trafford. Every time we hear that Europa League theme tune, it was just. I'm not going to say written because it was off the cuff. It was when we just celebrated. It was off the cuff, but we celebrated so much, and it's just not.
Ironically, at the time, wasn't it? Ironically, it was it was 2022.
We couldn't believe we got there.
You got in there by a bit of luck, and it was like, oh, Europa League, in the Europa League, and we never thought we'd have to go back to it.
No.
And we did think when we did go back to it, we were like, wow, it's not going to be as bad as
and
it is.
And let's be real. Let's enjoy these last few times we play it, because I'll tell you what, we're not getting any Europe. Forget the Conference League, we'll have to make a whole new tune, but we're not getting any Europe this year. No. So next season's going to be a bit of a
UV theme,
standard UV theme. So yeah, get used to it. Actually, we should be embracing that theme tune because we don't know how long we're going to hear it for. More. Big game against Rangers at home. When you play, British derbies, as they say. They have an edge. They have a spice. The fans of respective teams, whether it's us going there, it's always hostile and difficult at Ibrox, or whether you play Celtic. These games are really difficult. And when they come to you, yes, on paper, SPL's terrible, and they shouldn't lay a glove on us. But these games just have an edge, almost like when England play Scotland as well. England play Wales. On paper, the players are nowhere near it, but they have an edge. And forget the edge. Just talk about the league format. We are 7th and they are 8th. We're on 12 points and they're on 11 points. So on merit in the Europa League, Rangers are having a good campaign in the Europa League. Stuck it on Tottenham, probably should have won that game, won their last game 5-0. So they ain't coming to play in this competition. And we are a very, very bad version of ourselves. So they will smell blood.
Yeah, well, and also the Rangers, like you say, they're doing well this season in Europe. That they've done well in Europe last few years. Of course, they're more recently in the European final than we are. They were in the Europa League final just a few years ago, but they lost on penalties. If anything, obviously we could go, if we were going to Ibrox, we'd be like, we're really concerned.
Jesus,
we're concerned about that. But when you really think about it, Flex, I don't know actually, because we're better away from home at the moment. Actually, them coming to Old Trafford and likely getting behind the ball a little bit, forcing us to play and us having to pass it around the back five. And you've been there the last few games. Old Trafford will get quiet. And that will mean that obviously the Rangers fans who will be making a lot of noise anyway will probably be the loudest group of supporters in the stadium. That's the pattern at the moment. The pattern is slow, pass it around the back, quiet. And everyone goes, commentary goes, it's very quiet here in Old Trafford. And then the natural thing is because there's nothing happening. There's nothing really going on for the fans to really make noise about. Now, you would hope, of course, after the mess that was the weekend against Brighton, that you would see a reaction, or you would see this intensity from Manchester United. But we're not going to be fooled twice, or however many times we've been fooled when it comes to that. Is how many times have we expected a reaction? We do know that these players can play with a level of intensity, can play with a level of commitment, but it's largely for the big games away from home that they can be bothered to show up for. And so far in this, really, if you're just going to look at this Europa League campaign as a whole for United, every game, Ten Hag, Ruud and Amorim has been this kind of like struggle, grinding, just trying to get through. It's not pretty to watch. Sometimes we get the results, sometimes we don't. We haven't lost yet, have we? It's just been wins and draws.
No, draws, yeah.
But I expect this game to be no different. Again, sort of a tough, sort of grinding. Sort of you get through it, you go, that wasn't a pretty watch. But it hopefully will just be about enough, you would think. I mean, changes, do you think you'll rotate after the weekend? Not necessarily because of performance, just because fitness and things like
that? There might be a little bit, because again, we've got to go on Sunday night, haven't we? Away at Fulham. I can't believe it's 7 p.m. When you said that to me, I said, why on earth is it 7 p.m.? But tough. Very, very tough. Not going to win. let's be honest. But let's stay to this. So that might be in his head. We just need a reaction, man. If the manager comes out and says you're shit, yeah, this is where we're going to find out. Is this the big? I know this sounds like an overreaction, maybe, but is this the beginning of like it just completely because since you called them out, they just never responded. You never got anything out of them, or do they show some fight? But I like to think back to when Leach was talking after Liverpool and was saying, this is what we know we have to do. This is the mentality. We have to fight for it. And we were going, yeah, that should still be in there somewhere. The manager's called. But these lot, let's be honest, I don't back them to be like that. I'll be honest, I don't back them to be like that. So it's going to be very interesting to see. And we've all seen Southampton come players off the park, mate. Players off the park. And that's as good as an SPL side / championship side as you're going to see. And Rangers, big club, they're going to have a big following. They're going to be up for it. Probably will be able to give a bit more. You know what I mean? So I'm very worried about this game. I'm not sure we're going to see a reaction. I don't think we will. I think it's going to be extremely tough. And like you said, was it Bodo Glimt at home or was that Pilsen at home? I can't remember.
That was Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt at home was the 3-2. You know,
struggle, bro. Absolute struggle. They were 2-1 up, weren't they?
Rotated Bodo Glimt because they had a title match. You know,
yeah.
the weekend.
And they stuck it on us. And then what was the other one? We won 2-0 because of Ahmad. Was that Pilsen?
Pauk.
Pauk, sorry, I get confused.
Pauk. And again, and
that was bloody close until Ahmad went, this guy's trying to dribble with the ball. Let me do what I always do, which is pressure him. And he scored an amazing goal, and he scored the header, didn't he? Back post, back across. So Ahmad decided, I ain't doing this. We were playing shit in that as well. And then you go, obviously, Fenerbahce and Porto, difficult away ties, but we were winning in both of them.
The Porto one with 2-0 up, completely blew that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Fenerbahce, we were 1-0 up. Yeah, and then we were holding on,
Holding on, mate.
Well, for both, you know what I mean? Wow, the Maguire against Porto was last minute, wasn't it?
Because we were losing 3-2, innit? Oh, my. It's all coming back to me now. And I was at these games. I was there.
You were there.
I was there.
You're right. Like, again, and obviously the Pilsen game, you had to sort of grind that one out, late winner in that one too. So that's why I think this one will probably be no different. I mean, I don't know if I expect us to lose. The interesting thing will be, like you mentioned, as bad as we have been this season, and all of those negative traits have been littered through all of these Europa League games, we still haven't lost. We sort of found a way to draw, or win. I could see this one being a draw or something like that. And like you said, it just depends of how low is it? Did we hit the lowest of the lows at the weekend? And is that how bad the morale is? Or, like you said, is there going to be some kind of a reaction and intensity? But the trust isn't there. I say it on every preview. I don't trust these players. And I know Leach came out after the Liverpool game and Arsenal game and said, yeah, it's up here. Then what happened up here? Then when you played Southampton and Brighton, because you're pointing there, there's nothing there. And that's why no one trusts you. That's why no one trusts you. So the expectation isn't there for United in this game. In terms of the team, you would maybe think, I was surprised, to be honest, actually, that Lenny Yoro started at the weekend. Maybe Leach does come back in this time round.
I think Yoro will come out of this one. I think he's had 2.
Onana. Oh no, maybe Bayern starts playing more cup games than just the FA Cup. My goodness me. Midfield. Once again, probably anyone's guess. Ugarte and Kobe look absolutely fried.
I think he might change that up. I think he might. Maybe not with Ugarte because he trusts him. I've got a feeling Kobe might come out. I don't know whether that means. I think he might drop Bruno back.
Maybe Collier starts. Collier deserves a start.
Yeah, he deserves a start. This would be the game. And actually, with what's going on with Garnacho, there's no exile, or it's not Garnacho hasn't said he wants. So he'll be in the squad. He won't be like. But does he play because it's really close? With like, is this something happening here? Do they go? Listen, obviously he's got to be in the squad, but just leave him on the bench.
Options are limited. I mean, Anthony, he's flying out to Spain, so that's one person less.
He's got to be involved, but do they just say don't start him?
I think he probably who else is going to start?
Back, unless he keeps the midfield the same and you go Bruno Ahmad again, so you can keep Garnacho on the bench.
But maybe that's where maybe goes Ugarte, Collier, and then you have Bruno Ahmad, maybe.
So probably go again, I would have thought.
Yeah, maybe. Or he does Højlund Hendricks. He has done that before. He has done that before, maybe. But Garnacho be involved. Definitely be involved.
Yeah, he'd be there. He'd be involved. But it's interesting to think how much, considering, you know, there's big negotiations going on for significant money, where United are starting to basically potentially plan with that money. So if he gets an injury and can't go, well, let's just keep him.
Considering we're light, you know, does Rashford look towards the bench? Because remember as well, we can play more subs in the Europa League. It's more than
they were saying he's trying to get himself on the bench for the thing. He's doing extra. I don't know. Nah, he won't. He won't. Not after what Amorim said the other day when he goes, "I'm not put a player who's not basically good for."
We didn't think that for Newcastle. He's on the bench. Just
true.
To be there.
True. Who knows? Who knows? Predictions, Owen?
Gosh, maybe a 1-1 draw. I think if United win, I'll go with a 2-1. I don't think we'll lose. You think we're going to lose?
I see a catastrophe. From what I've seen in the last couple of games, I'm back to draw best, I think. But they are poor Rangers.
Yeah, I don't think we'll lose. I don't think we'll lose.
I don't know, man. We got played off the park against Southampton. I think, okay, I tell you what, I think, you've gone all fuzzy. I think we win, but it's not going to be great. Do I wait? I think we just wrap it up there and get cut our losses. I'm going to go over, you're back, but barely. Okay, big up. I'm going to go over win, but someone's going to have to rescue us. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be a rescue job. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let us know your predictions and your predicted team lineup as well. And I'll see you at the game. Take care. Peace.